In the spring of 2021, when the government of France imposed a third national lockdown to contain the coronavirus pandemic, Bruno Le Maire, its Minister for Economy and Finance, announced that museums were to remain closed for the rest of the spring. So would clothing stores and art galleries. Theaters, restaurants, and bars as well would all remain closed. Yet, flower shops would be allowed to remain open. When asked why flower shops could remain open, the minister answered that people in the flower trade had to keep operating because they sell more or less half their annual stock in the springtime. But, as the artist Terence Simon showed in this series of works, judging by how often flowers contribute to the stagecraft of signing ceremonies, governments around the world are aware of the power of flowers. Could the French Minister of Economy and Finance have allowed florists to remain open for reasons that extend beyond the flower industry's bottom line? During a lockdown, life does not come to a standstill, but activity feels emotionally detached. The present remains omnipresent, like the chairs and tables at restaurants, stacked like props for a play that's suspended its run. Time persists, but it's locked, to borrow the expression of the artist Rosa Barba, in a perpetual now. And once hours, minutes, and seconds are no longer ticking away, everybody becomes a poet, living for eternity, disengaged, in the time zone where real life converges with its metaphors, freed of emotions like guilt, regret, or apprehension, the neuroses on which a government depends to make its citizens productive. Could the Minister of Economy and Finance have kept flower shops open to keep the people of France responsible citizens? Every year, to celebrate the anniversary of Joan of Arc's liberation of the city of Orléans, a bouquet is placed at the base of her statue, with flowers that transport people out of the present by reviving the past. In the same way, the bouquet placed on his birthday at the former residence of Stanislas Fumé revives the memory of his commitment to the French resistance. More personally, a bouquet is like a last note of music, lingering in the air longer than the moment should hold, prolonging regrets, rekindling old memories, creating new ones. Like movie stars, flowers only bloom for a short while, and during this latest lockdown, flowers played the role of the French movie stars of the 1940s, whose performances on the silver screens of cinemas during the German occupation unlocked moviegoers from the yoke of the occupation's perpetual now, just as, at flower shops during this latest plague, blooms of fleeting emotions roused people out of their emotional detachment. Yorker journalist Lauren Collins wrote that this bouquet of tulips that art collectors, along with its artist, Jeff Koons, offered to the city of Paris in memory of recent victims of terror attacks, seemed more attuned to the whims of its givers than to the needs of its recipients. Well, let she who has given flowers away without indulging her whims be the first to toss the bouquet. Like a work of art, a gift of flowers is always a weird mix of a creator's ego and his generosity. By staying open, flower shops help people engage emotions while wrapping their egos inside the bouquet. And during the lockdown, Koons' sculpture was well attuned to the needs of its recipients because his uncanny bouquet of tulips stirred Parisians out of the spell of their perpetual now.